Megazone Bollywood on app, on FM, online.
KingSK on Megazone Bollywood.
It is now 5 minutes to the hour of 1 o'clock, and I have a very, very special guest with me, and I am so excited. If you have just joined in, this is the Medley Snazz on Megazone Bollywood 104.8 FM in a sunny, bright, beautiful Umhlanga, Durban, KZN, South Africa. And I have with me JimmiBoy. Hello.
Hello, Kesh. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm super. Hello to the listeners as well. It's always a pleasure coming here and meeting you guys.
Yeah.
Always a warm welcome, just smiles. So
definitely.
You can never not be good coming up here, you know.
I love that. Yes, of course. And we're very excited to have you here with us today. Tera Jaadugar.
Yep, the remix version. Well, actually the Mzansi to Mumbai version.
Ooh,
that's
okay.
how I like to call it.
It's going to be very exciting to hear about this. But first of all, let's dive into some questions and introduce yourself to some people, some new listeners, and maybe just a recap on some of us who know you, but you sound familiar. Well, wait. We know this voice, but wait, are we sure? Is it really him? Is it really JimmiBoy?
It is JimmiBoy. So just a quick background, right? My name is Surav. That's my first name.
Okay.
My surname is actually Jimmi.
So Surav Jimmi.
Surav Jimmi.
All right.
Right. And basically, what I do is I make music. I'm an artist. I currently do a bit of voiceovers as well for short films and
nice.
a few documentaries as well.
Right.
I'm recently just been getting into a few casting roles and acting roles, so there's a bit more about that coming up as well.
Sounds very exciting.
It is exciting. It's an exciting time for me.
Yeah.
But I think the number one focus and the number one love is always the music.
Always music.
Always.
Definitely. All right, so JimmiBoy, tell the story. There's definitely a story.
I like the way you said that. So there is a story, and how I came up with that stage name actually is, and I never understood why, because if you pronounce my first name, it's pretty easy, right? Straightforward.
Yeah,
5 letters. Surav.
Yeah.
Okay, 2
and there's
syllables.
a special meaning to it as well.
There is.
Yes.
So people could never pronounce it properly. So
Okay.
naturally, back in school, they would then flock to calling me by my surname, which is Jimmi. It's a lot easier, right?
Okay.
And there was a specific teacher back in school, and he used to call me JimmiBoy. But the way he used to say it, and he used to call me, used to be like, JimmiBoy, come here. And then the way he said it, like after school, when I finished school, and I was deciding, what name am I going to call myself? It just echoed in my head, and I'm like, hey, this sounded good. This sounded nice, So I'm like, okay, JimmiBoy.
I'm sure your teachers are proud of you now.
I'm sure he is. If I meet him again, I'll tell him thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So the song Tera Jaadugar, tell us the idea. How did you come up with it?
So basically, I was sitting one night on social media.
Yes,
right?
we all do this.
We all do this,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So I was scrolling through IG. So I'm a big lover of reels, right, on IG. And, randomly a video popped up, and there was an artist there, and he was singing along with this song. And I heard this song.
Yeah.
And my good luck turned bad luck really quick, because as I was listening to it, I received a phone call.
Oh!
So I took the phone call. Now, sometimes when you take a phone call,
the
and
real
you go
pauses
back,
or the real
it changes.
disappears.
Thank you. And I didn't actually see the name of the song as yet.
No.
But it was so catchy, and the way it caught me, I kept humming it. Like, while I'm on the call, I'm even humming it in my head. I'm not even listening to the conversation, right?
Okay.
I just want to get off the call and get back to the song. And
Yeah.
to my luck, I got off the call, got back on the phone, and he was gone.
And you lost it.
And now, anyway, I fell off to sleep with the song still playing in my head. And I woke up the next morning, actually.
Okay.
And I woke up, and the song is still playing in my head. And once again, I think it was a public holiday. I got back onto Instagram, and I was like going through reels again.
Right.
And you know how sometimes you think of something and it shows up on social media,
yes,
or you
yes.
you say something and it shows up, and there it was. It showed up again.
Manifestation.
It kind of felt like
It actually does,
there's
yeah.
something going on. Yeah. So
Right.
it showed up again. I'm like, what? The first thing, screenshot. This is the name done.
Okay.
And already, so I'm somebody, when I listen to a song, I always, I don't know if you want to call it something selfish or whatever, I don't know, but I like to also feel how I would sound on the song as well.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of derived a way of what I would add in if I was doing a remix or whatever. Mind you, I haven't asked the artist this yet. Right?
Okay.
I said, you know what, there's no hesitation. Go in, ask the guy, let's see what happens. So I messaged the page. I got a response from him. Turned out he was the artist's manager. So KingSK's manager.
That's good enough.
Right, it was good enough.
Yeah.
And then we started speaking, and then I added him on WhatsApp, and we started speaking because he's based in India.
Okay, cool.
And at the time, KingSK was based in Dubai. He just got back to India yesterday. So he was just in time for Independence Day and stuff.
Right.
And I started speaking. I'm telling them, and I think they could hear the excitement and the seriousness of wanting to do a remix of the song.
Yeah.
And I'll
Probably
never.
the idea never even came to them.
It didn't.
And when you came along with this, you're like, hey, this is a good idea.
I could add in a few spins,
Yeah.
and we could do something.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the way he replied to it, because he replied with a voice note and that
Okay.
enthusiasm, and all he said was, "Let's do it. Go for it.
Wonderful.
Go for it, bro."
Those are
And
the words you want to hear.
that's what I felt
Yes.
like that was the push I needed, And ever since then, him and I, we've gotten to be really, really close friends.
That's so cool.
So basically that was that. And then from there, we all got into a video call later on that night, and, we spoke about it. And the very same night, I didn't even have a beat to write to or anything. I just had the same song that he made.
Okay.
And I promise you, I wrote my verse that same night over what he's, sang on the song. And by the next morning, I messaged him and I told him, I'm done, I'm ready.
This is it.
We're done. We're
doing
ready to
it.
go.
Yeah.
So that's how I like to work when I'm excited about something. When I'm serious, I want to get it done.
Yes,
Which is-
definitely.
it's-
Why delay?
It's
Why?
good. It's bittersweet in a way, because then you're like done, and then you're like, what do I feel excited about now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's next?
Exactly. So
All right. So, what excites you that you can share with our listeners about the song? What makes it so special?
all right. So the first thing for me that really, really excited me about this project, growing up growing up, I've always been somebody who held India really close to my heart.
Absolutely.
Be it in cricket, be
Yeah.
it in Bollywood.
cricket!
So I've always held India really, really close to my heart.
Yes.
And growing up in, I'd say, quite a full-on Desi home. There'd be Bollywood movies playing while the roti is getting
Yes,
rolled,
yes,
that kind of
yeah,
thing. And
yeah.
just growing up and actually embracing that culture, growing up, learning so much from there. I can
Mm-hmm.
speak the language pretty well as well. And I think the most exciting thing for me was I was able to diversify on a song with a country that I love and hold close to my heart.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I do feel like India and South Africa have a really, really good relationship with each other, right?
They really do.
With that being said, it is so exciting for me to come onto a song and show my versatility, my own diversity as an artist. In my part, you could hear I rap in English, then I rap in Hindi, then I rap in English and Hindi again. So those are the exciting things that I was able to give myself a platform to get creative. With, like I say, somebody from a country that I hold close to my heart. And I do feel as a lot of Indian South Africans, even not just Indian South Africans in general, we actually do hold Bollywood and India very close to our hearts. So for me, that was just the most exciting thing. And like I was even telling you when we got on this video call, I mean, you're looking at KingSK, he's out in Dubai, that's a different time zone, a different country. I'm in South Africa, his manager was in India. It's just been an exciting journey so far with this song.
I bet you had a karaoke night as well somewhere
We
there.
did. And I think they were really impressed as well to hear how well I speak the language, how well I enunciate the words.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And one of the guys from me was actually telling me, you got a really good accent. You need to teach me this accent. I'm like, I cannot teach you an accent. I can't. But for me, yeah, exactly. But I was chuffed. I was chuffed by it. And like I said, I gave myself an opportunity in a way, and KingSK as well. So that was exciting for me.
Nice. And I can really sense the excitement in you as an artist of South Africa and the opportunity we have in promoting our music. What can you say about the exposure that international artists get apart from South African artists?
One thing I've come to realize is having all the resources, all the tools, this is good and well.
Yeah.
But without your actual backbone, structure, which is the people itself, the listeners itself.
System.
There we go.
Yes.
It does become difficult then to balance out the tools you're given. But if there's nobody really giving you that attention, and they'd rather focus their attention on the overseas scene and stuff, it does become a bit difficult, right?
It does, yeah.
So I like looking at the example of Tyler, right? Tyler, of course, many people didn't know of her, and I'm talking about South Africans, right here in our own backyard. Exactly. And I knew of her from quite a long time ago. And it just becomes more evident to me that as soon as an artist reaches a global impact on their career, that's when it's like South Africa is now on board and part and parcel. And it's okay, it's their way of doing things, but I mean, like your question asked, what would make it then easier for artists is if we had our people backing us from the start.
From the start.
What's the come up, what's the journey,
exactly.
the way you all do with overseas artists, and then, give us that there. Because like I say, we are given all the resources, all the support, TikTok, Instagram reels, basically all the promotional tools.
It's just the support.
It's
not
just
the
that,
same.
that we need that. We do need
it's
that,
so disappointing
It is.
sometimes,
But then I also look at the guys like you guys, and I think Megazone is one of few, or if not only radio station out here in South Africa that actually does invest time in our local talent, which we have a lot of local talent.
We really
We
do.
have
Yes.
so much of local talent, be it in singing and acting,
Yes.
hip hop, whatever the case may be. We
Yeah.
have talent
Yeah,
here.
we do.
So it's
We're
the
just
guys
sidelined,
We are
Yeah.
sidelined, but then it's the guys that you like Megazone and stuff that bring the sideline out into the open, and
shine like the star.
Exactly. Y'all give us these platforms, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really do.
definitely. All right, so let's talk about previous projects, performances on stage,
All right.
highlights in your career. Let's
All
go
right.
for
So
it.
I've had quite a few big highlights in my career. One of the most recent ones, one of my previous singles, Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
Right? I released that, I think it was in 2021. And, when you're busy releasing so much of music and you don't really pay attention to what's happening with your older songs.
Right.
And when this year started, what happened was I was forced, in a way, to become a listener of my own music that I've been making, and for the first time ever.
Okay.
Because I'll make a song and I'll never ever listen to it myself or whatever. But this time
Are you
around,
those people? Because probably you've heard, like I said, we spoke about Bollywood earlier, right? And many actors and actresses always say they can't watch themselves
you
on
can't.
screen.
You become.
And now you were telling me you can't listen to yourself.
The reason probably is why is that you are your biggest critic at the end of the day.
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
So you're gonna be hard on yourself, and so you rather not go through that process. Let people be like, "Hey, this was good. This was so good," but in your heart you're like, "You know what? I could have
There's a
done this
mistake
better. I could have
there."
done that better." But So this was the first time for me, and losing track with time and the previous releases I did, it only came to my knowledge recently that song actually charted on iTunes and Apple Music at number 51.
Oh, wow.
On their charts.
That's
So
brilliant.
that was something big for me. That was
Yes,
brilliant.
that is.
I was excited with that.
Yes, exactly.
Right? That was something big. In terms of performances, I've been on quite a few stages already.
Okay.
I haven't performed alongside any big artists as yet, but I've been out and about. We have upcoming tours as well coming up at the moment.
Nice.
So that's what I've just been busy with, just trying to get a catalog together.
Yeah.
And just do me.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to be in my own creative zone and creative space and just do me.
All right. Okay. So how long are you in this industry?
Okay, so I'll tell you what, I've been in the actual industry, and when I say that, I mean actually pushing myself publicly and stuff, I'd say for the past 4 years now.
Okay.
I have started making music when I was still in school. So around 2012, we did start making music. We released a few songs on SoundCloud and stuff.
That's so creative.
It was, and
Yeah.
it was fun as well. Now
And so random as well.
it is, because now when I listen to like that version of myself, I think I was about 14 years old.
Yeah.
And I listened to the kind of music we made back then, and I was like, sure, you guys were ahead of your time, huh? You were ahead of your time. And along the way, like you speak about the support that we don't get and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I let the dream die, but it did take a backseat a bit, going through school, studying.
Yes,
Basically finding yourself in life.
Yeah.
And when 2020 hit, and they hit us with that level 5 lockdown, and
yes.
you can't leave the house, you can't.
That was
Like,
bad. That
it was
really
very bad.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? There's no better time. If not now, then when?
Yeah.
So let's do it. And ever since then, it's just been one project after the next. Sometimes I feel like I take on so many projects at a given time. But the greatest thing is that I always stay within the timeline, and I'm always done on time, and the projects always sound good.
Okay. So
So-
you're good at multitasking then. That's what you're saying.
You know what? I don't want to say that, but I love it. I love it. I love having a busy schedule rather than to have free time. I'd rather be busy.
No, being bored is not cool
It's
at
not
all.
cool. It's not cool.
Not
Not
cool
at all.
No. All right, so it is 8 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock. If you've just joined in, we are talking to JimmiBoy. And what is your message behind this particular song?
So behind this particular song, right, as the name means, Tera Jaadugar, and that actually means your magician, right? For me, when I heard this song, the first vibe or the first feel it gave me was along the vibes of like, the love that we used to see. So I'm a 90s kid, and growing up in the 90s,
Nice.
the love that we saw our parents giving each other. Love that I saw in Bollywood movies, in movies in general,
Yes, yes.
I feel like it became very nostalgic to that era. The current generation, I don't know, they don't believe in love or whatever the case is, But the one thing for me, Kesh, is that when you speak about love, true love, unconditional love, the feeling that's usually attached to it is something that's magical.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Absolutely
Yeah,
magical.
yeah.
Because you're always getting surprised by something new, or,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Or the goosebumps moment,
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the hair standing up.
Yes,
those
and
things.
memories.
The memories, the romance,
Yeah.
and these are things that we actually do not face currently in this
No.
chair. We don't. Nobody believes in it. So for me, when I heard that, it gave me that vibe, and that's when I was like, you know what? I think I could add in this, I could add in that, a couple of spins on it, and also let me come through very versatile. Let me speak in English,
Yeah.
right, and let me also speak in Hindi a bit.
Yeah, you
and
mentioned
say-
that before. Now
Yeah.
I'm more excited to hear the song.
Because I really embraced it, like I say.
Yeah.
I'm a real true believer of that real true love that we were accustomed to growing up.
Yes.
And that's why I say for me it was just the greatest thing to get on a song. And if you want to say pass the message that there are people like us who still do believe in this.
Yeah, they are,
And it's the most magical feeling ever. So when you do hear the song, you'd also fall in love with the song. I'm not talking about a specific person or anything, but I'm just talking in love in general.
Just the song.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So finally, our last question for today. What can we look forward to from you as an artist in the future? Later on this year, or maybe next year?
Okay.
Some, secret projects you want to spill?
Yeah, there's so much to look forward to that sometimes I even get blinded by this so much, on my plate at the moment. But I'm grateful for all of that. One of the things is now once the release of the song goes through and stuff, we're going to give it about a month or so.
Okay.
And we're definitely doing a cross-country music video.
Ooh.
So that's going to be a first time for me, meaning he'll shoot his visuals in India, I'll shoot my visuals here, and we'll compile it and make something magical once again.
This sounds exciting.
It is exciting, right? So that's one of my short-term projects in terms of the song. In terms of my career in general, once the song has now been released and out there, I am taking a bit of time to just focus on the marketing and the promoting. And like I told you, I got a few tours coming up locally. So I'll probably be touring, people's hotspots and stuff. If
Lovely.
you see me there, come through, take a picture, let's chat a bit. Let me get to know also the listeners. And, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be happening in and around our locality in South Africa. Later on this year. A couple of shows I do know we have lined up for Johannesburg as well.
Nice.
I'm heading out to Cape Town in November. We're going to try and see what we can do on that side, right?
Okay.
And then if you want to look at 2025 and a bit more long term, this is a secret. So it's an exclusive. It's an exclusive coming out here on Megazone. I am currently in the process of planning a overseas country tour. So out to India. That's my plan, right? I've never ever visited the place. Like I told you, it's been.
But you're so close to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that feeling.
So I'm already like, when I get there, there's so much to look forward to, but I'm familiar with so much already, right?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of my support and my listeners, big fan base from India.
Really?
Huge fan base
wow,
as well.
That's amazing.
It is. So I'm really, really excited to go out there as well and portray and showcase. And they, the guys on that side get so excited when they hear people like me, speak the language and sing the language. And I think it's just one exciting thing. And I'm definitely planning the tour to go there. So next year, we're going to be there. Stay tuned for that. There'll be obviously a lot of content and visuals shot around everything. So everybody can
Maybe
be a
some
part.
collaborations with some other India.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. So once we're there, we're going to see, and obviously closer to the time, we're going to see what we're going to set up. But it's been exciting. It's been exciting.
That's absolutely awesome. Well, it was such a pleasure listening to you, speaking to you, meeting you.
It was.
JimmiBoy.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well, Tish.
Yeah, so the moment we all have been waiting for, this is the song that we are releasing officially today. Here we go.
on the beat, boy.
मैं तेरा जादूगर, मैं तेरा जादूगर, आ मुझ पे जादू कर पर हो ना तू जुदा। मैं तेरा जादूगर, मैं तेरा जादूगर, आ मुझ पे जादू कर पर हो ना तू जुदा। दिल मेरा क्यों धक धक करे, आहे भर के तुझे देख नहीं पा रहे, सोच सोच के हुए बेपना, पर आजू बाजू तुझे हम ढूंढ नहीं पा रहे। तू नजरों के सामने रह आकर, मिलके मुझसे बातें कर, देख लूं तुझको आहे भर, मेरे दिल से है दुआ। इस दिल पे तेरा काबू है, तेरे नैनों का ये जादू है, तुम मेरी हो जाने मन मेरी जाना जाने मन मेरी जाना जाने मन हमें तुमसे इश्क हुआ मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा
When I look at roses, they ain't red as your lips. When I call you beautiful, you as real as it gets. And no jeans in your lehenga, I think you the best. Born and raised in Punjab, coming from the northwest. Par tu hi meri manzil hai, tu hi meri khwahish hai. Raat tu aaye mere sapne, sare din tere soche aaya. And even though it's difficult, I'm gonna chase this dream. See the throne is mine, but every king needs a queen. I really want you to just be my peace, and I really need you to just be my queen. Aur tera naam Priyanka hai, mera naam Suravi hai. देखता है एक सपने इन दोनों नाम एक साथ आ गए
मेरी जाना जाने मन मेरी जाना जाने मन मेरी जाना जाने मन हमें तुमसे इश्क हुआ मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा मैं तेरा जादूगर मैं तेरा जादूगर हाँ मुझ पे जादू कर पर होना तू जुदा
From Mzansi to Mumbai, we fly high, we touch the sky.
It is now 17 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock, and you just heard Tera Jaadugar. Wow. Wow, that is really, really awesome. And it's done by JimmiBoy out here in South Africa and KingSK Mumbai.
KingSK, yeah.
KingSK Mumbai. Interesting. Very, very nice. And I'm trying to picture, or rather trying to remember where that vocals from the female.
So yeah, so basically that was my idea as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, trying to just get it relatable to like the whole Bollywood era from that time.
Yeah.
So it's actually from one of the songs that out here in South Africa we played a lot at like Indian weddings and you know Hardi nights and stuff. And it's from the Medley.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It sounds like the Medley from Multitasking karaoke.
100%. That's it. That's the one.
Oh my God. All right. So this is finally it. We have released the song. And this is the end of our interview. So thank you so much for your time. And we really, really appreciate you dropping by to give us this exclusive release. And we want to wish you all the best for your future projects. And we know we're going to see you soon.
All the time.
Absolutely.
All the time you will.
So shout out to your fans.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to KingSK, of course, for the opportunity. Shout out to Rose Shotgun, my producer. We really cooked something up here really nice. And shout out, man, to everybody supporting me. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. And it's been
you.
so good talking to you. I really enjoyed myself.
All the time.
And yeah, we'll catch you soon.
We will.
All right, bye-bye.
दिल मेरा क्यों धक धक करे आहे भर के तुझे देख नहीं पा रहे सोच के हुए बेपना पर आजू बाजू तुझे हम ढूंढ नहीं पा रहे तू नजरों के सामने रहे आकर मिलके मुझसे बातें कर देख लो तुझको आहे भर